Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today's tarot reading is basically just going through the zodiac signs to see what's happening for them this week, what the energy is saying for each of the zodiac. You can apply this to your natal chart as well, your sun, moon, your rising, Venus, Mars, all your personal placements, Mercury, to see what's happening. Let's just get stuck in and let's just go for it. So let's see what is happening for Aries this week. In your head, Aries, what's happening? Okay, so the first thing I picked up for Aries was being in your head. First, before like the Two of Cups came out, was being in your head around like moving or like making a move or traveling or yeah, some kind of move. Whether it's moving house, moving country, just moving, like just traveling. I feel like now that the Two of Cups has come out, another message is obviously going to be around relationships. There could have been some kind of conflict between the two of you. And I feel like this week is more so saying, like, focus on finding the balance within yourself and working on yourself and working on whatever this story is that you're telling yourself mentally. Because whatever it is you're telling yourself mentally, it's manifesting in your relationships. And if there's been some kind of conflict in your relationship, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't come from this Five of Swords energy of, you know, maybe you or the person might be feeling, you know, like the stories we tell ourselves, I'm not good enough, or trust issues maybe. Whatever it is, it's around this Five of Swords energy. Whatever it is you're telling yourself, whatever it is you believe, like it's really starting to affect your relationships. And this Temperance and this Two of Cups is really asking you to find balance within yourself. Really find just find it. I feel like this week is just really finding balance within yourself and who you are and what you even want in relationships. What is this story you tell yourself when it comes to relationships, and why does it always end up being the same kind of outcome? Why does it always seem to be the same argument that happens in all of your relationships? For some of you, you could be attracting a Sagittarius into your life. This could be a Sagittarius that's coming into your life, Aries. If you're asking about a union, there will be some union, but first of all, you have to have a union within yourself, and you have to like talk to yourself a little bit better, like get with, you know, like if there's still barriers, then there's still no place for like a reunion. So whatever this Five of Swords is that you're telling yourself, like work on that. Because if you want your outcome to be the Two of Cups, then this is where like the issue lies, and this is what you really have to work on. And even if you pay like closer attention as well, I always draw into like these little details of like the blood here and this guy thinking he's won. It's almost like if the battle is with yourself, like why just constantly keep hurting yourself? Why constantly keep telling you these things that aren't even the truth? Because the truth is we all deserve like happiness. The truth is, you know, at a heart level, like we all deserve love, we all deserve to be happy and stuff. So what is it that you're telling yourself? Because it's almost like you're just hurting yourself in this situation, and because you're hurting yourself, you're hurting other people. Or maybe it's because you keep getting hurt in your relationships that you feel this way. But, you know, like in relationships, I think relationships are a great mirror for how we actually really feel about ourselves. So although like we can say, oh, but I keep getting hurt, the problem is like you're hurting yourself. It's on some level you're hurting yourself. And I think this week it's all about like working on whatever this story is and correcting it. Tell yourself the truth, and the truth is you deserve to be happy and you deserve to be loved. Okay, Aries? Let's see what's happening for Taurus this week. What's happening for Taurus this week? I thought there was another card sitting behind there. We're going to take it just because it was hiding. Can you see that? I don't know if you can. Let me move this down. Taurus, damn it. Taurus, I feel like when it comes to what makes you happy this week, you're really like looking at your past. You're really taking note of what brings you happiness. Because I feel like there's a lot of stuff for Taurus at the moment that is not working. And you're so over it. And you're ready to move on. You're ready to just move on from a lot of stuff. And I think with this like Ace. See, this is the problem with like being a Londoner. Like, you don't pronounce certain things properly. The Ace of Cups is really pulling on your heartstrings. And it's really making you like look back at the things that don't work. It's making you look back, and like with this kind of like energy, like this 10 of Wands here and this 7 of Pentacles, it's almost like you're looking back at all the things that didn't work. You're looking at all the things that like, you're just looking at things that don't work, and you're really trying to find what makes you happy. And you know, you might have to look outside of your comfort zone. You might even, with this like 2 of Wands energy and like, you know, this world here and the little van down here, you may have to really look outside your box. Maybe even like whatever it is, maybe it don't even exist where you're at. Maybe you have to like travel out a little bit further to get what it is that makes you happy. Maybe you're not going to find happiness in your like local surroundings. Excuse me. So maybe like you have to really expand, really like look out of this little comfort stable zone that you have yourself in to see what really matters to you. Because Taurus, I feel like you've got so much to give, but you're constantly just putting it in the wrong places, and you always end up like having to walk away, or someone always walks away, and it's like, you know, you're crossing the path, but there's also a clear path here, but it's almost like you're cutting across the grass instead of like walking the path. And maybe that doesn't always work for you. You know, running across a field maybe doesn't work for you. Maybe you have to take the path, you know. And if the path is clearer, it might be the long way round. But, you know, sometimes the long way round is better than the shortcut. Do you know what I'm saying, Taurus? Anyway, let's move on and see what's happening for Gemini this week. What's happening for Gemini? What's happening for Gemini this week? Okay. Gemini's definitely not impressed with something. You're definitely turning your head away from something. Okay. I feel like you might not be interested. Okay, this feels like a toxic relationship. I feel like, you know, I feel like Gemini, you're learning your lesson. I feel like you're seeing red flags when it comes to a certain person or a certain situation. And like these two here just scream toxic. Like it just screams red flag. You've got like the devil and you've got the lover, you know. The Knight of Cups, sorry, for me is like the lover card. And these two combined is almost like just red flags, you know. Red flag city. And Gemini, you're just not interested, because I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons from past relationships, and you're just like, you see these red flags and you're just not interested. But because you're not interested, it makes Mr. Slick Rick over here, it makes him even more interested. And you're just like, listen, I'm in a good place, okay? Don't come at me with your red flags and your little toxic behaviours and you're like, you know, toxic this and toxic whatever. I'm in a good place. You're not going to come in and you're not going to ruin my life, okay? But I feel like this toxic person likes that, and it turns them on even more. But listen, stand your ground, because eventually, if you're really genuinely not interested in this person and this relationship or situationship or whatever it is, they will eventually, like, you know, they will leave you alone eventually. But I think that you're in a good place, and trust me, if you're seeing red flags, trust it. Yeah, don't go, oh, you know, like stay in this energy of like being in a good place with yourself, and don't get distracted by this energy of like toxicity. Is that how you say it? Toxicity. You know what I mean, okay, Gemini? let's move on to see what's happening for Cancer this week. Oh, what's happening for Cancer this week? What is happening for Cancer this week? Cancer, I feel like you're being asked to let your hair down. Like, let your hair down. Be open. Cancer, I feel like you're being told to let your hair down and be open to receiving whatever this love situation is for you guys. I feel like you have a choice though. I feel like you can either choose yourself and remain, you know, happy on your own and getting yourself together, or you can be open to receiving these relationships that might be coming towards you. And I feel like the relationships that are coming in for you, Cancer, are going to be very giving relationships. And I feel like, Cancer, you give a lot, but you never really receive. And I feel like the people that are coming in for you, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a partner. It can be friends and stuff like that as well, right? Like, these people are going to be just as giving as you are. And that makes you happy, because I feel like for Cancer, it's been a long time since you've had that connection with someone where it's like an equal exchange and you don't end up empty and upset and whatever else, you know. So I feel like there's a healthy balance at the moment when it comes to your relationships, and the relationships that you're attracting, there's going to be a lot of like giving, and you're going to be very open to receiving, because they create this very sacred space for you to be open enough to receive. Even though I know it's difficult for you, you're going to feel safe enough and open enough to receive. But let your hair down. Be open. Be receiving. Let's see what's happening for Leo this week. Leo. Leo. What's happening for Leo this week? You know what I'm picking up for Leo is that you're really focusing on your spiritual journey. Like, you're really focusing on your relationship with yourself first and foremost. And I think, you know, because you're focusing on your own relationship with yourself, other relationships start to deepen and get better. Or maybe you call in your soul tribe, or maybe there's like the Chariot, that's Cancer energy, so maybe there's like a Cancer that's going to be coming in for you guys soon. I feel like there's a lot of choices as well for Leo this month when it comes to connections and communications and all kinds of stuff when it comes to relationships. But I think for the most part, I think you will always choose yourself now, Leo. I think, Leo, you give a lot to other people, but I think that your focus right now is really you and your spiritual connection, and reconnecting to yourself and your spiritual team and divine energy and whatever else it is. And I think that, you know, you're always going to have a choice, because I feel like you attract a lot of people, but all I keep feeling for Leo is that you're really focused on yourself and the relationship with yourself and where you're going and what you want to do for yourself. And because you focus on yourself, you just attract like a whole different type of people. Some of you could be traveling as well with this Chariot card. Maybe you are going to go and meet some new people, or I mean, there's a union here of like friendship, so you could be spending a lot of time as well with, which kind of is crazy, because it's like your main focus is yourself, but the other message is that you could be spending time with your friends as well. Like, there could be a lot of time spent around family and friends, meetups, going to see people. But I feel like it's crazy, because like the underlying energy is you're really just focused on yourself and your relationship with yourself. But I feel it's also very important that like Leos, that you also connect. That sounds really, hey man, contradicting, but yeah, there's meet up with friends, there's the main focus is you. So yeah, Leos, let's see what is happening. Who's next? What did I just say? Virgo. I literally just said Leo. Virgo, what's happening for Virgo this week? Oh, I'm not taking that because these cards were not shuffled properly. What's happening for Virgo this week? Virgo. I feel like Virgo, you're really getting in touch with your emotions. I feel like you're moving out of your head and you're really trying to understand your heart at the moment. And I think that it's taken you to lose something to understand the importance of how much you're in your head and how much you realize, because Virgos, right, they're typically known for being analytical and critical and all that kind of stuff, and I think you had to lose something or lose a situation or a person to really understand the value in moving from your heart space and not in your head, because when you move from your head you always end up in this energy of like loss or lack. And I think with this Four of Swords energy here, it's kind of showing you that like it's time to just really be at one with yourself and your heart, and to not let your head rule the roost, and to not like be overcritical, and you know, because it's so easy to fall into cycles that we know all the time and it takes a lot of effort to move from a different space. But this King of Cups is really asking you to like get out of your head, get into your heart, and then you'll really understand why you keep experiencing the same thing when it comes around losing people and losing situations. I want to feel like, even though this is like the Four of Swords, I feel like there's a very Three of Swords energy of like feeling heartbroken. And I feel like that's because the Death card is here, and I feel like you had to be heartbroken to really understand the importance of how much your heart actually plays in the situation when it comes to relationships and people. And that being in your head is all great when you're trying to like do certain things, but when it comes to relationships and connections, you can't move from your head. You have to move from your heart, because you know that when you move from your heart, you're being true to who you really are. And that sometimes you can get in your head, and sometimes your head just creates scenarios that just don't even exist, and then you just end up in a whole heap of shit, and then the death and the rebirth happens. So Virgo, what the hell? Let's see what's happening for Libra. What's happening for Libra this week? Libra, okay, one more card for Libra. That's two cards. We want one more card for Libra, please. I just saw you sandwich yourself between the deck. Okay, that's what I thought. Try to hide from me. Okay, Libra. Listen, I was going to put this down and have a TED talk with Libra, okay? Like, the underlying energy of Libra was the Tower. And I think that this is around a specific relationship you have or had with someone. I feel like this person is a soulmate, soul tie connection. Possibly a fire sign with this King of Wands energy here, but they trigger you, boo. They trigger you so much to a point where your life has changed. You might not have wanted it to change, but it has changed, because this person, especially if it's a fire sign and it's this King of Wands energy, they're not going to play with you. They need you to be you. They don't want you to be anybody else but you. They don't want you to play a role. They just want you to be you. And for some reason that triggers you, because maybe you feel like you ain't enough. Maybe you just being you just don't feel like you're good enough, and it makes you feel anxious. And I feel like if you guys are not in union, or if your relationship is, or if you're parted, this is the card of returning past returning as well. So it could be that if you had some kind of separation with a fire sign, there is going to be a reunion again. This person is going to come back round, but I really think that this week you need to work on whatever this is, whatever it is that they trigger within you, Libra. You need to really work on it, because otherwise this person is going to keep triggering. Every time they come in, they're going to keep triggering the same thing. So I feel like this week, really work on whatever it is they trigger within you. And I think, Libra, it comes around that you don't think you're good enough. Like, this is going to be life-changing for you, because they're triggering the one thing that's going to, like, free you when it comes to your relationships with people and relationships with yourself as well. And if you're wondering about a reunion, yes, there is going to be a reunion, but like I said, this person don't play. So if you really want this reunion with that, you're really going to have to work on the issue that they trigger. Let's see what's happening for Scorpio. I'm not taking that. Let's see what's happening for Scorpio this week. What's happening for Scorpio this week? Yeah. Well, Scorpio, I feel like you're really not trying to see something here. I feel like you're really not trying to see the truth. I feel like you're holding on to something. Maybe you're holding on to a grudge, or you're holding on to whatever this represents for you, whatever this purse represents for you, whether it's a grudge, whether it's your beliefs, whether it's just whatever it is. Like, you're holding on to it, and you're really not trying to see the truth, because you know that the truth will change everything. And this Ace of Wands energy, this fire energy, you know, this fire energy, like, it lights you up like a Christmas tree. And maybe you're not trying to see that, because maybe you want to focus on something else, but you know that this Ace of Wands energy is going to change. It's going to change your life. And I think that yeah, look, because the bottom of the deck as well was the Four of Cups. I think you're so caught up on, if it was very not to be like an asshole or anything, but if it was very egotistical or very like, well I'm like stubborn, you know, but this stubborn energy is stopping you from this Ace of Wands energy, right? And this is a powerful energy, and you're a powerful person, you're Scorpio, hello. So why would you, like, my friend taught me about this this, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a methodical, I can't remember the name, but like this ancient creature which is called like a manticore, right? And it's when you get a Scorpio and a Leo and you kind of mesh them together, and it becomes like this powerful manticore kind of energy. Anyway, that's like, you get the Scorpio and you get this fire energy together, and considering that out of all the water signs you are the most fiery, come on now, why would you want to turn yourself, why would you just do this to yourself? Why would you want to miss out on this kind of an opportunity because you just want to hold on to this? You want to hold on to whatever this is, this one thing that's isolating you from the world. You want to hold on to that because you don't want to see whatever this Ace of Wands is, that big dick powerful energy. You want this when you can have this. You want to hold on to this and isolate yourself and put yourself in, like, yeah, no. I mean, you're clearly not trying to see the truth, Scorpio. And there is another opportunity. You might feel like maybe something's done. It's not done, because there's an opportunity down here for you that's still there. But you're too busy caught up on whatever this Four of Pentacles is. Like, don't you want this cup? Isn't this cup what you've been waiting for? But you don't want to see that because you're just... Anyway, Scorpio, moving on. What's happening with Sagittarius? Sagittarius. What's happening for Sagittarius this week? Okay. I'm feeling toxic. I'm feeling no. What's happening for Sagittarius this week? Yeah, Sagittarius, like, especially, like, I looked at the bottom of the deck and I was like, yeah, you know, like, there's this player energy around Sagittarius. And I know Sagittarius, like, you're a very playful, freedom loving kind of energy, but this is not representing you. This is representing whoever this devil is, and they're playing so hard, but they're only playing because they want you. But you can't be had. You're a freedom lover. You love to be free. You love to do what you're doing. You love the idea of having your home, a place you can always come home to, but you love being able to be free. You love that freedom, like just the freedom. And I mean, if this Queen of Cups, like, she's tits deep in her emotions. So whatever this is, whether you're the one that's tits deep in emotions, or whether it's this toxic devil energy here that's kind of like, give me your hand. Have you seen that TikTok, or that that sounds that everyone uses, and it goes, give me your hand. And I feel like you're just like, heaven help me. There's just this story that I can't really 100% get into, because we'll be here all day. But if you really want to like change the game, Sagittarius, just be true to who you are. Don't let this person try and like manipulate you, or turn you, or twist you up and bend you up and all kinds of stuff. Like, be true to you. You know, be like, if this person is really serious, they won't play with you. They'll be the home that you need when you come back from your travels, you know. Like, don't settle for the devil. There's something around this death energy. Maybe it's a Scorpio. Maybe it's a Scorpio energy. Maybe Scorpio, Capricorn. Yeah, we ain't got time for the playing. Let's move on. What's happening for Capricorn this week? That is too many cards. Let's see what's happening for Capricorn this week. Do you know what song I'm hearing? Daddy's Home by who sings that? Usher. Daddy's Home, or whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't know if that's the actual title, but yeah. Don't know why that song came up, but it did. Probably because the Pentacle guy is sitting there, the King of Pentacles. One more card for Capricorn, please. These cards are playing. We're not playing. One more card for Capricorn. Okay, thank you. Didn't have to slap me in my face, damn it. Capricorn, this week you were being asked to remain open and to have faith and trust that whatever is happening it's all working out for your highest good. To let your hair down, to have fun, like this King of Pentacles, especially like your Capricorn energy as well, when you know like your focus can be very disciplined and stuff, but I feel like this week you're being asked to, like, with this Four of Wands energy, just to kind of let your hair down a little bit, just to like loosen up the reins a bit, to have fun, to find new ways to be inspired, because I feel like you might be in a rut. I feel like that I feel like everything that's kind of been working has been working great, but it's time to like switch things up. It's time to like add a little bit of fire, you know, a little bit of I'm getting tongue-tied, fuel to the fire, you know, like to just, there needs to be like some kind of life brought to a situation. I feel like you're looking for inspiration, and I feel like you're going to find that once you kind of like let your hair down and you let your juices flow, and you kind of like, you know, like let your spine loosen up a little bit, like just flow a little bit, and not to be so rigid, and to know that, yeah, okay, like you might have it good at the moment, but like you can still make things better. You can still add some fun to your life, Capricorn, okay? Like there's still stuff, and I think that with this Star card, like it really, really asks you to like find new inspiration, find new ways, or new, like just to look in a new direction. You might be looking forward, but you might need to look up, you know, or maybe you keep looking, excuse me, maybe you keep looking for things in the same space, and you're not really finding this Four of Wands that you want. You keep finding the same thing. So it's kind of like, if you keep looking in the same places, you're never going to find the Four of Wands. So it's time to start looking outside of those places. Like, broaden your horizons. Look up, look down, look around, see what's happening. Get a new taste, get a new flow. You know, be inspired by other things other than what you already know. Okay, Capricorn, let's move on to Aquarius and see what's happening for Aquarius this week. Let's do any cards. What's happening for Aquarius this week? Aquarius this week, I feel like the most thing that's really sticking out for me is that you're looking for things that fulfill you, and I think you are so over anything that no longer serves you or makes you happy, and that you really, like, there's just a newness to this energy. With this full energy, it's like trusting the process, you know, like the leap of faith, the belief and all this kind of stuff. But I feel like you're allowing yourself to fall into a pool of just whatever is whatever. Does that make sense? Like, you're taking a swim in the ocean, knowing that you can't see what's at the bottom, you know? Like, you're taking a risk. Like, you're so over anything that doesn't bring you this Ace of Cups, and you're so willing to go to whatever lengths you need to go to find stuff that brings you this Ace of Cups energy. Because whatever this is, whatever this Ten of Wands is for you, it's not working, and it hasn't been working for a long time. And I think that you are just so ready to leap into something new, to just, whatever it takes, you're going to do to get to this place of the Ace of Cups. And it's that simple, Aquarius. So I'm just going to leave it there because there's nothing else to say. Let's see what's happening for Pisces this week. What's happening for Pisces this week? Deep connections. Okay, Pisces, I see you, babe. Okay, Pisces. Listen. The connections that are coming in for you, or the person, should I say, that's coming in for you, is your person. Stop with the doubt. Stop with the feeling delusional. Stop with just whatever it is, and just know that this cup that's coming in for you is the Ten of Cups. This is the cup that you've been waiting for. Okay, so stop looking in the direction of like past and lack and not having and all this kind of stuff, and know that there's an opportunity that's coming in for you, and it is the Ten of Cups, and it is going to be like a very deep connection. I'm drawn to like these two walls up here as well, and it feels like whoever this person is that's coming in for you, Pisces, you've both been calling out for each other. Maybe you already know each other, or maybe this is like a reunion, or maybe it's just, you know, a reunion of souls, right? Maybe you've never met each other in this life, but this is like a soulmate relationship where you've known each other in other lives, and you're both calling out for the same thing, and you finally meet, and it leads to this happily ever after that you so freaking deserve, Pisces. Okay, you so freaking deserve. And allow yourself to fall as well. Like, don't worry about all these past things that have happened. Be true to you. One thing I'm going to say, and one thing I've learned myself, is always be true to you. Because even if like shit goes tits up, as long as you've always been true to you, and you know that like everything you've ever done has been authentic and true, like that's all you can do, right? You can only be responsible for you and how you feel and all that kind of stuff. So as long as you know that you're being true to you and you trust yourself and you allow yourself to fall, then there's just no stopping these connections. There's just no stopping, and they're just going to get deeper and deeper. The more you allow yourself to fall, the more you open yourself up to love, the deeper these connections are going to get, and the more happy you will feel. So Pisces, I'm going to leave it there for you. Let me know if that resonates for you guys in the comment section below, and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye.